I'm going on stand-up tour. You can see all of my dates at KristinChirico.com. All my tickets are on sale now. If you want to go see me in Boston, your time is running out. I think like we're on the last 20 tickets of the last show. But yeah, please come see me. I do meet and greets, and I'm cool.
And I will be hosting for her show in San Diego on March 1st.
Yes.
This episode was filmed back in December. What's happening today, January 29th? I can't, in good conscience, not say administration and what they're doing to citizens and undocumented people in this country. It's categorically wrong. Morally wrong. I would highly suggest that you look inward if you're supporting children being ripped away from their mothers, people being rounded up and murdered, assaulted in concentration camps in these facilities, in these detention facilities. If you're pro babies getting pepper sprayed in the face and tear gassed in the car, if any of that aligns with your moral beliefs, you need to look inward, guys. Abolish ICE and this administration. Put me on a list, Christine, bird-legged bitch.
After this week, I said, let's roll the dice. Let's and as long as you're here, I'm safe. I'm like, I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, I'm a supervisor.
Yeah, you're literally, yeah.
I get that sense though that people kind of view me as like, well,
you're
like,
the intimacy coordinator.
I'm the enforcer. I do feel like I am like I do feel sometimes like I'm the enforcer of like a lot of my friend groups where I'm just like, if someone gets like hurt or someone is like being disrespected or someone is feeling unsafe, I'm just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
We're going to fight. We're going to do some fights, which I realize I don't look like I'm dressed to fight, but like, you know, this is camouflage.
Yeah, no. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, every friend group needs an enforcer. I feel like it's funny, I am that of my friend group. So the fact that I have somebody in my life now that can do that for me is very rare.
I know, because I realized, I think this week, like, I feel like almost everyone that we mutually know has called me at least once this week.
I don't know what the fuck is going on in the air. That kind of all brought me to one of my points I had on here was like about the holidays and stuff and like how to like manage sanity during this time. Because I feel like everyone I know, including myself, is just falling apart.
I have decided this year that I do not care about Christmas.
Yeah. And
that is a big change for me.
Yeah, you're a big Christmas girl.
I'm a big Christmas girl. I really like the holidays. I like celebrating them. I like decorating. I like watching Christmas movies. I kind of love the whole deal. This year, I've kind of decided I don't care.
Yeah.
I've kind of decided that I just kind of need to get through the next week of my life because I have like a bunch of things coming up that are really important. I've just kind of decided that like, you know, the most important thing is that I get through these career things and I don't care. Because like I have so much going on next year too where it's like,
yeah,
you know, honestly, it used to be I used the holidays as a way to make myself feel better about the fact that my life wasn't going very well. And that's also how I used my Disneyland annual pass. I was just like, you know what?
That's a joke.
Yeah, it's true. It is. It's how I use both those things. I was just like, it's also how I used my Alamo Draft House season pass where I was, you know, I didn't like how my life was going and I wasn't brave enough to make any changes. And so I tried to distract myself.
Yeah.
And I've kind of finally reached the point where I don't need the distractions anymore. And so they have less emotional priority for me. And that's why this is the first year, and I want to say 7 years I haven't bought a tree.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll put one up this year with my family. My family's also kind of very over it as well. Like both my parents are going through a lot of health stuff. So it's like, I feel like right now that's just like, my mom said this morning, like as I was walking out the door, like, how are we feeling about Christmas Eve? And I was like, I mean, I'd like still like to do it. And she's like, me too, but I want it catered. And I was like, okay, well, and of course my dad was like, it's terrible when it's, you know, so then I was like, all right, guys, I've got to shoot this morning, so I'm going to head out, but I love you both. We can talk about, we'll table this conversation. But I was like, okay, if that's the barometer of how we're doing, because that's they have one social gathering at our house every year.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
That is it.
And I think that this is kind of reflective of how I think everyone is doing.
I think so too.
And I feel like this is, not to get on the government, but like I think like one of the ways in which the government is gaslighting us really badly right now is not publicly coming out and saying that we're in a recession.
Yeah.
Because we are in a recession.
Yes.
But like no one will say it. And so instead we all just feel like we're individually struggling.
Yes.
We're not individually struggling.
That's a great point, Kristin.
We're in a recession. It's just that nobody everybody will say we're in a recession. So instead we just feel like we are the problem. We're not.
Right. No, it's a great point. It's like, yeah, I mean, everyone I know is hurting. Everyone I know.
Everyone I know is hurting badly.
Yeah.
Everyone, and not just like, oh, we're struggling because like life is hard. We live in capitalism. It's terrible. Like everyone I know is like one major crisis away from being homeless.
Yeah.
Like
it's beyond paycheck to paycheck at this point. It's like, you know, it's like I do not know how the next year is going to go.
I don't either. And it's like, I think I've told you this. I think I've talked about this publicly, but like every year I make like basically a list of like reasons to like not kill myself.
Oh yeah.
I make like a list, and like it's full of like big things and small things. Yeah. It's full, like sometimes it's career things, sometimes it's like shows I'm looking forward to watching, you know, and like it's whenever I'm feeling like very sad about like either like the coming year or whatever like that, I kind of look at my list and I'm like, okay, well, if I can't get it up for going on tour next January, I can get it up for the Australian Open. That requires no effort on my part. That's just tennis. That's just tennis far away.
It's so funny that you love tennis.
I love tennis. I love sports.
I know you do love sports.
Love sports.
We're going to talk about that with Potter.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I love sports. But yeah, oh my God, I love tennis. I love tennis. I don't love watching the men. I love women's tennis.
Women's tennis is incredible.
Because women's tennis is one of the few professional sports for women that has like a true international excitement and recognition.
Yes.
It's also why I realize the Olympics is super corrupt. I know. It destroys cities. I know it destroys lives. I understand that. But one of the things I like about the Olympics is that I think it's like one of the few times where women's sports really take like a big center stage in our culture.
Yes.
And I wish there was a way to do that did not involve slave labor or killing homeless people.
Yeah.
I would really love that.
Yeah.
That would be, and I don't know why that seems to be hard. Like, why is that a prerequisite? It's like we need to have, I'm getting on a hot topic right now, but I think the Olympics needs to be in one place. The Olympics I think there needs to be one nation that hosts the Olympics.
Yeah.
And maybe it's Greece.
Yeah.
Maybe they host it. And then maybe there's a different host nation who like designs it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think we just need one set of facilities. And that's the set of facilities. We're not doing this thing where we like, you know, bulldoze like the kitten factory so we can like make a new like fucking high jump place. Like that's ridiculous. Why are we doing that over 4 years? That's ridiculous. No.
And it's such a waste. I mean,
it's such a waste.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's such a boon for the economy. No,
that's
it isn't.
That's what everybody says.
No, it isn't.
It's not,
Most Olympics lose money. One of the only Olympics is to ever make money was the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics. And the reason for that was because no one else wanted to host the Olympics that year. So Los Angeles had to do it like on like a big budget. They had to basically like, it was like the fucking Target IKEA Olympics.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, and that's why I made money. But like women's sports, it's so important that we see them in a way that's like fun and celebrated and like active and like really cool and exciting. And the Olympics does do that. I just wish it didn't also destroy lives. And like, I don't know how that I don't know. Anyway, I'm really excited to not kill myself because of tennis.
I find it so funny too, just because like I love that tennis is so fun for you because for so many years it was so not fun for me.
I know. It's so funny because you actually play tennis.
I literally played yesterday.
You play I can't play tennis at all. I don't know how.
I was a competitive tennis player. And Nikki, I know you don't know, but I was a competitive tennis player for almost 13 years.
Did you play in college?
I was a walk-on, D3. And then they told me I would have to wake up at 6:30 in the morning. And I said, well, this was fun. I really, really enjoyed my time auditioning for you guys.
We have a very similar story in that because I was a competitive, I did competitive speech team for basically my entire childhood, from like the time I was 11 to the time I was 18. And like I won a scholarship to go to college on it. Like I was really good at it. Like and then I got to college and I was like, oh, this is no longer serving me.
Yeah.
And also I'm about to lose my mind. And so I relate to getting to college and being like, oh, this thing that was a central part of this competitive thing, it was a central part of my identity. I now have to let it go.
Yeah.
Now who am I?
Yeah. And what does that mean for my own ability to generate self-worth?
Oh my God.
Like how do you find a new framework by which you assign good and bad for yourself when the framework no longer exists? How do you discover what else you're good at?
The great thing is that is kind of the point of college.
Yeah, and it was. I realized it was drinking and taking Instagram photos. I was really good at both of those things, and I got a degree in it, and it was incredible. And I regret nothing. I learned how to navigate girl politics in a sorority. I learned how to take hot photos. I got a film degree, a legal studies degree, both of them useless, but the other shit,
I think
very useful.
This is me. I'm also going to be old. One fun thing about our dynamic is that you are like young and hot and fresh. And I'm just like, and another thing about the early 2000s.
Like, and another thing about government.
And another thing about the 90s. Salop bracelets? What was that? Like, I'm not a grandma, but I feel,
No, you keep me young. You're the one telling me about the new shows to watch. You're the one telling me, because I'm like so fucking
oh my God. Okay, so
cooked.
I know we're not going to talk about Heated Rivalry because you haven't seen it. But there is a new Wet Leg album that came out this year, and like the second episode opens with it, and like I'm obsessed with Wet Leg now. I love them so much. So yes, maybe I am keeping you young.
You are keeping me young. I don't even know Wet Leg. What is that?
Wet Leg. They're like a girl.
You know what Wet Leg is?
Girl pop band from the UK.
Okay, well now I have to learn about Wet Leg.
You have to
Wait, is it wet because they peed on themselves?
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't looked that far into it.
Okay.
And I don't plan to.
Okay. Because I just think about when you pee and you forget to like wipe all the way and the pee goes down
It might
your leg.
be.
Okay.
Now I'm thinking about it. Now, you know what? I don't like Wet Leg anymore.
Sorry. I ruined it. I do that a lot with it.
Dry legs only. But I do appreciate that our dynamic is me being like, the thing about in my day, we cheated on papers the old fashioned way. But I think like the thing about ChatGPT, like all of these kids writing their papers with ChatGPT, is that like you are losing a connection to your own feelings and opinions when you give up critical thinking. When you basically like relinquish your right to think critically, you are losing touch with who you are as a person with like core values. Yeah. Because what are your values? You develop your values as a young adult in college, or like as a young adult period, because that's like the time of your life where your brain is doing that. And like if you let a computer tell others what your values are, how do you learn what you stand for? How do you learn what you love? How do you like, it's not a matter of like learning how to write. Like, yeah, you need to learn how to write, you need to learn how to think. But like you need to learn like what are the things that matter the most to you? Because if you don't know what those things are, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, and I think also too, having the ability to differentiate in a real life setting of, okay, I'm hearing these opinions and these thoughts and this discourse, and make your own critical thinking and judgment around that without having to feed it into a machine to then tell you what to think. Yes. Like I think about when I was in college, like I felt like I was in very much an echo chamber, and I was tired of having the same discussions over and over. I want, in order to debate, and how do I formulate a counter opinion to what they believe in? Yeah. And that wouldn't have happened if I had just been feeding it into ChatGPT and been
it requires
regurgitating.
You have to have a theory of mind about other people. Yeah. And I should explain what that is. So like it's you have to understand that other people have perspectives that are not your own. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean they're good.
No.
Sometimes it means they're racist. Yeah. But understanding the feelings behind why people are the way they are is like kind of our only way out of this. Like I think there are a lot of people who are like big Trump people who are just cooked. I think like they're too old. They can't change. They're not willing. It's not that like they're too dedicated to Trump. They're too dedicated to being toxic, angry, broken people. Yes. And Trump is just the means by which that manifests itself.
I completely agree.
And I think that like, I think people are like, it's never too late to get mentally healthy. No, I think
sometimes
it is. I think if you're like 75 and 80 and you're just routinely terrorizing everyone,
you're cooked.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way out.
I think that's a wrap on that. I don't even know how I got on this, but I think that like understanding why people talk about this, that like the way that we're gonna get through to anti-vax moms is by understanding that the core seed from which this starts is them wanting to be good moms.
Yes.
And them being scared of being bad moms.
Yeah.
And so we have to start from that place.
Yeah.
And redirect from there.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't like, I think that like kind of starting from a place of like, you have lost your mind.
Yeah.
And you have lost connection to the world of reality.
Yeah.
And you are going to cause many people to die. That isn't working.
No.
So like, I think that like understanding your values and why other people have different values is a critical life skill. And I think if you're giving that up as a college student, you are not just shortchanging your education or your like professional prospects, you're shortchanging your prospects as a human being who might have the chance to like help the world be better.
And also grow your base of empathy. I think the kernel that you just talked about too around the anti-vax moms, like that dissection of an ideology and what the emotional core of it is sprung from is an innately human thing, right? Like ChatGPT isn't going, I mean, maybe, yes, sure, if there's been discourse and it's pulling from online, yes, sure. But in the inception of that idea or that insight, like that is an innately human like learning that you just kind of pulled out, that like these anti-vax moms are afraid of being bad moms.
Yeah.
That's why they're trying to quote seek, other sources of knowledge that are not, it's misinformation, it's not correct, but it comes from this very, good place of like wanting to protect their children, which is a good thing, you know? So how do we reach them at that point? And I don't think that ChatGPT is going to be the means by which we are able to answer those type of questions or have these type of discussions. And I think the more that we try and like lean on AI in that way, the farther we become from one another.
I truly hate AI, and I get so angry about AI because it makes it so like I can no longer Google like song lyrics, because if I get the song lyrics slightly wrong, it'll be like, are you talking about this song that doesn't exist?
I have a question for you, and this is something that I've actually really wanted to talk to you completely off camera on, but like, so
let's do it on camera.
Let's do it on camera then. No, because it's one of our many philosophical theoretic discussions here. But there's a part of me, like this discourse around like we shouldn't be using AI. We should be. You don't need it. Da 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 da. And then I think about like the kids in college who are like working 3 jobs and like trying to get a degree, and they're tapped, they're tired, and they're using it as a resource to either mine ideas or what have you. Yeah. And there is a part of me that like wonders like this narrative of saying like, oh, you shouldn't be using AI. Is that like almost an elitist narrative?
No. No. I think that we are, I think that's no, I can tell you that right now. That's an obfuscation of the main issue. Okay. The main issue is that rich children have privileges that poor children do not. Right. And AI is only serving to line the pockets of those rich children further. It's like, honestly, it feels like we're this close to the dystopian movie where like, you have to buy credits for oxygen. Yeah. And it's just like, are you saying that using credits for oxygen, are you saying people shouldn't be breathing? Yeah. Like, I feel like we're this close to like that. Remember that? Okay, that Justin Timberlake movie, In Time.
Which one was this?
Okay, wait. Buckle up. Okay, so Justin Timberlake, go Google, because if you Google will be like, do you mean the song by FKA Twigs?
With Amanda Seyfried?
Yeah, so crazy. Okay, so basically, this is a dystopian movie where the premise of it is that everyone is given a set amount of time.
I do remember this movie.
And you have to use the time credits to pay for things.
Right.
And so this was
a good movie. I like this movie.
No, it's what?
I really like this movie.
It's terrible. You should watch it. You should watch it now.
Again,
it's not good. But anyway, and so like the idea is like the people who are poor don't have very much time. Right. And so they live basically like paycheck to paycheck. And like if they don't like get their time credits, they die. Right. Yeah. And so you have like all these rich people who have like, hundreds and hundreds of years. Yeah. They're just like on their and they look young and weird. And anyway, but like I feel like
we're here.
We're really close to that, and I don't love it. And it's like, yes, your central concern is that we live in a world in which people at the same college do not get the same experience because some of those students are poor or working class, and some of those students come from in ridiculous generational wealth.
Yeah.
That is an actual problem. AI is not the solution to that problem.
Right.
And the fact that like anyone, not you, but like anyone powerful who's benefiting off it monetarily would suggest that that's the solution to the problem is disingenuous at best and evil at worst.
Yeah.
Because the main issue is that you don't want to fucking share your lunch.
Yeah.
And like I think that like
the college student shouldn't have to be working 3 jobs in order to pay for the institution, but that is being funded by hundreds of millions of dollars, these endowments from these wealthy children who are then attending, all the international students. Like there should be a distribution of those funds to some of these lower income kids. Yes,
exactly.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
I think that's like, I think that we and granted, like I understand you're making that argument from a place of like what is the like. You're taking the position of someone who sucks. Yeah, you yourself do not suck.
No. And I also just think too, like in the name of having also having like an open dialogue and discussion about it, because like the truth is like I do use AI. I do use AI because it streamlines my day job.
And the reason why you've been put in a position to do, and the thing is, I don't use AI. I refuse to use AI. I actually have like a mailing list thing that has AI features. I refuse to use them. I like won't.
I love that. I think this is important.
Again, I refuse to use them. I won't do it.
This is the basis of night school, is having these discussions.
I think that AI is like, honestly, like I feel like AI is pouring gasoline on a burning planet.
Yeah.
And like but I think that you have been put in a position where in order to perform professionalism as a woman, in order to get a job done that probably is 2 people's jobs, 3 people's jobs, in order to meet expectations that are unreasonable on you, you kind of have no choice.
Yes.
And basically, because like it's between that and you can't get this job done, you can't pay your bills.
Exactly.
And that's, you being in that position is not your fault.
Yeah. And I think that's what I'm hitting on, is because I feel like a lot of the dialogue when I see around AI is it's like, no, you bad, don't use. And it doesn't take the 30,000 foot view of the socioeconomic issues that have put someone in the position of having to use it.
And I think that's the main thing. But I think that like the thing is the people who are benefiting the most from AI are not people like you.
No, of course.
They're people like, what's his face, coked up from Palantir.
Coked up
Palantir guy. He
massaging his prostate on the
just
on the
being
panel.
like, let's generate some images. I love to generate images of cats doing impossible things. Like I think, well, here's the thing. I have an ideological argument with Jen, my best friend.
Yeah.
Like we have a major ethical thing that we disagree on strongly. And I think that there are, with some exceptions, there are almost no reason to adopt like a purebred dog or to buy a purebred dog.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with you.
I think that there is no reason to do that. There are some exceptions. There are some animals that need to be trained for specific jobs that like help people, and like that. Yeah. I leave room for nuance, but just in terms of companion animals, I think there is no reason for that.
There is no differentiation.
And Jen disagrees with me.
Interesting.
Jen disagrees with me. Jen, this is our major ethical,
hilarious that this is the main ethical debate.
This is the main ethical conflict because Jen disagrees with me because Jen has her reasons. She's like, well, sometimes people might want hypoallergenic dogs, and so they want like dogs that do.
Hypoallergenic, and I got her at the fucking Monterey County shelter.
Listen, girl, I know. And
for $400.
She has her reasons for it. She's like, people might need like specific breeds for specific things, and like but the thing is like I am unfortunately really pedantic and annoying, and I'm just like, no, they don't. So it's like I understand that there are ethical lines in the sand that I personally have that do not necessarily resonate for other people. I also understand that I very frequently am held hostage by these things. That I am in a mind prison of my own making, trying to make as many people as possible happy because I know that my literal existence already makes many people upset. And so I sometimes wonder in like the depths of my self-loathing how much of my ethics are people-pleasing tactics.
Oh, let's talk about it.
And I sometimes wonder that. And I know the thing is, but on the other hand, it's like, I do have very strongly held beliefs. Like, I do believe that, like, I don't believe that everyone who has to use AI is evil, but I do think the people who have created this situation where people are using AI, and I do think people who are benefiting off of this situation of AI are evil.
Are evil, yeah.
I think those people are evil. And I think that, like, you have to, you know, it's sort of like, it's kind of roughly the same concept of looking down on someone because they're buying like McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's just like, because that's the only way they can eat. It's like, that's not that person's fault.
Yeah. And I think that's important for people to hear, and that's an important distinction for people to make.
AI is, like, at this point, probably the biggest producer of environmental racism that I can think of.
Yeah. Maybe next to like cryptocurrency.
I mean, it's the same thing, different font. But like, and I think that, like, we need to be, I think the reason why I'm so strident about AI is because AI is a public emergency in a lot of different ways. It's an environmental emergency. It's an emergency in terms of, like, wiping out the livelihoods of people. It's a class emergency. It's like, you know, I guess, it's like.
So stop using Sora, guys. Please stop using Sora to make Pixar animated reenactments of 9/11.
Do not.
Which I saw this morning,
and I was like, if you want to make a Pixar reenactment of 9/11, okay, you can do that with your own two hands. All right? Reenact 9/11 on your own time. Okay? It's not
like God intended.
It's not my job to give you the tools to reenact 9/11. All right? Grow up. That's how I feel about that.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to cut this one short.
I'm being kicked off the pod for refusing to reenact 9/11. That's
with
fine.
AI.
With AI, yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, follow us wherever you guys get your podcasts. We come up with new episodes every week. Kristen, plug.
I am going on tour in January. I'm going to Sunnyvale, San Diego, Sacramento, Plano, Texas, Philadelphia, Boston, also more cities in the Midwest to be announced. It's all KristinChirico.com. Please come see me on tour. I would love to be able to pay my rent. That would be cool.
I will be hosting for the San Diego dates. So
yes,
really
you
excited
will.
about that.
Yes, you will. So if you want to see us both live, come to my show in San Diego.
Period. Yeah. All right, guys. Love you. See you guys next time. Bye.